Welcome to the video. I'm going to be showing you how to make Tanya Burr cookies, both triple chocolate and the classic milk and white chocolate ones. And we're also going to be experimenting and mixing both of them to make like a half triple choc, half milk and white, and I think it's going to be fun. It's definitely going to be tasty. These are by far the best cookie recipe I've tried, and Tanya Burr cookies always turn out so good. So gooey on the inside and then a crispy edge. They are perfection, and I've tried a lot of cookie recipes, so I feel like I know what I'm talking about. I should also just say I will be halving the recipes, so I make 6 milk and white chocolate cookies and 6 triple chocolate cookies. The ingredient list in the caption is to make 12 of each, just to clarify. Let's start with my favourite of the 2 cookie recipes. That is the regular milk and white chocolate. You want to add 300 grams of caster sugar into your mixing bowl. Then want to add 200 grams of unsalted softened butter. My butter is hard, so I'm going to literally microwave it just until it's just soft, not till it's melted or anything or warm, just to soften it because I forgot to get it out of the fridge. My butter is going in the bowl, and just mix it until it is all combined and a little bit creamy. All mixed through. Now you want to add 1 egg if you are following the recipe in the description. I'm not, so I'm just going to add half. I do sometimes get questions of how to add half an egg. Well, let me show you. I will crack the egg into a cup or a bowl on weighing scales. This is a large egg, by the way, so I can see that egg weighs 60 grams. So I'm going to take it off, give it a little mix so that the yolk is evenly mixed through. And I'm just going to put 30 grams of that mixture into the bowl. Perfect. And I'll save that for the triple chocolate. Time to mix through the egg. That is exactly how you want it, lovely and creamy. Now for the flour, you want to go in with 325 grams of self-raising flour. Mix that through and you'll have your cookie dough. As you can see, mine is a little bit dry. And if yours is as well, go in with a splash of milk. That's perfect. This is the fun part. You can get creative and add whatever chocolate you like. I always go with the classic Cadbury milk and Milky buttons. And you know what? I don't think I've ever strayed from that because I just find this is the perfect combo. You get a bit of milk, you get a bit of white. I've heard people add dime. You're going to want 200 grams of milk chocolate, 200 grams of white chocolate, or 400 grams of any chocolate. And the beauty about these cookies is that you typically leave the chocolate really chunky. So with the Milky Bar buttons, I'm just going to pour them in, leave them whole. Perfect. And with the Cadbury, just going to break it up and put them in as their whole squares. At this point, I think it's worth just rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands in there, I'm not gonna lie. Because what you want to do is make sure that the chocolate is evenly distributed. So you get a bit of Cadbury, a bit of Milky Bar button. All the cookies have the same-ish amount of chocolate. To be honest, I might have actually added a bit too much milk, but it doesn't matter too much. Now you've got the cookie dough, you want to divide it into 12, or I'm going to be dividing mine into 6. And the best way to do that, if you're really specific like me, is weigh out this as 1. So for instance, this weighs 637 grams. Divide that by how many cookies you want to make. I'm going to divide 637 by 6, which is 106. I can't do that, I had to use a calculator. And then you know each cookie ball needs to weigh 106 grams. Pop it on something that you're happy to put in the fridge or the freezer. And you want to repeat that until you have all your cookie dough balls. I definitely put a little bit too much milk, as I said, because it's looking a little bit wet, but that honestly is fine. What you're going to do at this stage is pop them in either the freezer for around 1 hour or put them in the fridge overnight. So it depends when you want to cook them. I'm going to pop mine in the freezer because I want them soon. Now we're going to make the triple chocolate cookies. Very similar recipe, similar ingredients, but not exactly the same. In your mixing bowl, go ahead and add 300 grams of caster sugar and 200 grams of your softened butter. Mix until it's light and creamy. Once it's creamed together, add your 1 large egg and give that a mix until that's combined. Perfect. You want 275 grams of self-raising flour and 75 grams of cocoa powder. Just like the milk and white chocolate cookies, mix that together until your dough is formed. I find with the triple chocolate it's typically a little bit more dry, so it definitely needs milk. Just a tiny splash. And there you have the triple chocolate cookie dough. You want 400 grams of chocolate, any chocolate of your choice. I would always go for 200 grams of white, 200 grams of Cadbury. How good does that look? All we're going to do now is mix it through until the chocolate is distributed. I have a feeling I added too much milk again. It made me go easy with the milk. Add it literally bit by bit because, yeah, my dough is a little bit too wet again. I'm going to get awfully messy hands. Time to divide the dough into 12 balls if you followed the big recipe. Now I've got 6 triple chocolate cookie balls. I've also got 6 milk and white cookies. I'm going to combine some of them just for fun before they go in the freezer. I've never done this before, I just thought it'd be a bit of a fun experiment. And half of you. This is so cool. Wow, yes, cool. This is a real cookie feast. I've got 4 half and half, 4 milk and white, 4 triple chocolate. Would definitely recommend halving the recipe, making it at the same time, so then you can mix them. So much fun. They're gonna go in the freezer for 1 hour. Okay, so my cookie dough balls are frozen and my oven is set, preheated at 160 degrees fan. I do find with cookies especially, it varies so much oven to oven. So you might want to put yours on a higher heat at 180. Tanya herself actually cooked hers at 200 degrees, but she didn't put them in the freezer. I just find this works much better. Put them on a pan lined with parchment paper, and they potentially could spread, so I like to leave a lot of space so they don't merge. And because they're cold, having come from the freezer, I'm gonna bake them for around 15 to 16 minutes. Again, it will vary. I like to check after maybe like 14 minutes. I think that's the most important thing. It's not necessarily always about timing. It's more about just like knowing what the cookie should look like when it comes out. Ready to go in the oven. I also, halfway through, will switch the cookies round in the oven. If you look closely, you can see little tiny cracks, and that is how you know that they are done. The cracks are mostly just starting to form, but if you press them, they still feel like cookie dough, although these have sat here for 5 minutes, so already they've started to firm up. And then with the milk and white ones, I've just taken those out. I will just say these are really good straight out of the oven, but you do want to leave them for half an hour before tucking in. And then the chocolate will be perfectly melted, but the cookie will have set, so it's not like a messy goo. But again, you've got the little cracks just starting to form, and the edge is just turning brown. See, this is probably actually a little bit too brown. You see how like this edge is just turning brown? That will be perfect. But you know what? Cookies, I feel like you cook them to how you like them. So try it once, and if you think, oh, that was a little bit overcooked, I think I would like it a bit softer, cook it a little bit less time next time. Or if you like more of a chewy cookie, cook it for longer. Some people do like a brown, crunchy cookie. Like my mum and dad would probably like them cooked a little bit longer. I like them cooked a little bit less long, so it's up to you really. Here are my mixed ones, ready to go in the oven. I have a feeling these are gonna be really good. And here is how my half and half ones turned out. I actually think these are really cool. That is all the cookies baked, so that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see any more baking videos. I've not really done one of these before, and I'll see you very soon for another video.